Hi everyone, this is Men's here. I'm playing the Tier 8 German heavy tank, the Tiger II, or also known as the King Tiger. It has been changed recently where its mobility has been hampered a little bit by the engine being nerfed. So going up hills and also it's going from 0 to whatever its top speed is a little bit sluggish compared to what it was, but it's decently mobile for a heavy tank. What it does have is a very well-rounded top gun, and overall a decent amount of armor, although the lower Glacius is slightly weak, and against a lot of the tier 10s that you face, as seen here, a lot of tier 8s are going to be upset by facing that mouse, but your armor is kind of negated. But in tier 8 matches and facing tier 7 and 6s, your armor actually is very good except for that lower Glacius and the sides. Now, playing the Tiger, you do want to keep some distance between you and your enemy, because if you get too close then they'll easily be able to pick you apart. You also want to prevent your sides from being exposed, so you don't want to angle that much. I don't want to go to the right side only because we have a lot of people going that way. And I also don't want to be the first tank over here on the left, so I'm actually going to hang back to a spot where I normally would not go, but it's a fairly decent hold down spot only because you have this little bump here to protect your weak spots. And if you're a taller tank, you actually can see over that bump and just blast people. Okay, so I'm actually going to load APCR with that IS-4, IS-7, and IS-8 since you can't exactly penetrate them fairly easily from this range. Even with APCR, it's going to be a slight challenge. I have no idea why that IS-3 is rushing out there. But that's the difference between... oh, their mouse is over there too. Yeah, look, he's gonna park right in my shooting lane. That's the difference between good players and bad players, though, is he didn't notice that there's frickin' 2 tier 10s sitting there and a tier 9, so he just rushes out there. I don't expect to do much damage to them, but I can at least keep them preoccupied since our team's at their base. Now, angling, as you see here, if you angle, you can't exactly angle your turret front because you're gonna expose your... basically in between the side turret and the front turret, and it actually makes it very weak. Okay, so I still don't want to push too far because these guys are going to get absolutely steamrolled. Or at least they should have got steamrolled, but I guess they stopped pushing. This just goes to show you that sending your top 3 tanks, especially all tier 10s in a tier 9 and 8 match, isn't exactly the smartest thing to do. And those, basically everyone on the left side, they should have just rushed as fast as they could. That's the only way to salvage it, or turn around. as you see here too, you're not exactly the quickest heavy tank anymore, which before you had a good chunk of mobility to play around with. I don't think I'm gonna get a shot off on him. Anyway, pretty decent game. Definitely not gonna light up the scoreboards, but I did my job at kind of pestering the enemy to slow him down a little bit. And he did 1600 damage, which is basically in the middle of the pack, and also middle of the pack of XP. I soaked up a few hits, but they missed a lot because I only had a little part of my turret sticking out. Anyway, thanks for watching my video. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also check out my website wotguru.com for weak spot guides, tank guides, and more helpful little tidbits of World of Tanks.